Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil, episode 136. This is the show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge. We show you what we're working on, some of the challenges we're facing, and we might just give you a glimpse of the future. Mostly we're going to hang out for 2 hours, talk all things tabletop while we enjoy a frosty beverage. I even remember them tonight. This is a show where we have no technical difficulties, and I don't remember what else we do. Welcome to Starforge.
Yeah, welcome to Starforge. We take you behind the scenes. You already said.
Yeah.
Utasa. It's not a real dagger. If you're new,
Space
don't
knife.
be alarmed. Yeah. Essentially, it's always a big old Q&A session, more or less, and we show you some things. He's got some Starforge stuff on the table.
Woo!
Kind of a free for all. I think while Starforge is going, these streams are largely going to be answering questions you have about the pieces, demoing things off, trying some building techniques, all that stuff.
Does anybody here not know that we have a sci-fi terrain crowdfunding campaign currently live? Anybody know?
Yeah, that's right. Starforge is free for all.
Yeah,
That's
it's confirmed.
yeah.
It's the final stretch goal. Gonna get there.
Yes.
Woo! We're spell jamming. So what do we? So we're looking at Starforge tonight. We're taking your questions. We're looking at stuff. I also have I have a build I can work on if we don't have any more stuff we need to demo and bits to look at. What do we end? We're gonna give some stuff away. A thing away.
Mm-hmm.
What are we giving away?
$50 Dwarven Forge gift card, also pledge manager credit. That can be used as either. You can use it in the store. You can use it in the Starforge Game Found campaign. It's a digital reward, so you're eligible for it no matter where you live.
Where you are?
Yeah, we don't gotta ship anything.
Oh, gee, I'm glad to hear that.
Oh yeah.
I don't like shipping. No.
So yeah, we'll do that roughly an hour in.
Oh,
Mace is here in the stream.
Oh, but his Mrs. Pa here.
I think I saw him.
All
Saw him earlier. All right.
We got business.
Yeah.
So anything else? If you're new here, feel free to jump in and interact. That's why we're here. We love hearing from you. We love your questions. We love your jokes. So hop on in. Just be nice. Another rule.
Yeah. Let's cover some news real quick, and then we'll get into it. You ready?
We don't know news. It's the news.
Cool.
What's in the news, Chris?
Honestly, like the only real big thing we had to tell you at this point is we got a little update on Wildlands Reforged shipping.
Woohoo!
As of earlier today, we had like 70 orders left for the warehouse to get through. Some of them are some of the more complicated orders.
It's like a little complicated.
Complicated as in like some of it is like we did like combined shipping for some overseas people. So I think some
they
of those
did web store order plus that order, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so that thing where it's like, hey, all that stuff that's in this area, you might got to go over and grab this stuff. I think the software, it's optimizing it just based on, I don't know how it optimizes it.
It's all AI these days.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, so I think those might be some of the last orders I got to work on. But essentially, like, they should be done this week. There's like 70 left, and I'm sure they got more of them done after I checked.
So we're still ahead of schedule. We're supposed to be shipped by, what is this, next month, whatever that is.
We had said April, and we were sending them out by the end of February. Everybody should have it by the end of the Starforged.
It's gonna be a race, right? Can we reach space or your order first? Space.
I don't know what that means.
Space?
It's St. Patrick's Day this weekend. I completely forgot.
What is anybody celebrating?
Apparently, Dr. Devidence is
already.
Well, I mean, he's Irish.
Yeah.
Let's see. Interesting accent. What region is that from?
All of them.
Oh, what was just say? Probably Boston.
That's your Boston accent.
Probably. That's what I should have done when they made me do the Boston accent in a.
That's your catch-all.
Sounds Minnesota. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's so good.
let's see. Let's
About
make a
your feeling
Starforge
California.
Starship Trooper scenario and show off those LED pieces of the domes. I don't know if we're ready to bust out the... Well, maybe the LEDs. I don't know. We'll see. Drinking Guinness right now. That's celebrating. Sounds just
So
like Ben Affleck.
we're
Yeah.
shipping all of Wildlands Reforged up and out. We're about to be completely fulfilled on that, which then means what? Did we decide when that stuff's going in the web store? It's sometime in mid-April, late April, something like that.
It's been a point of debate. I don't know what we're eventually landing on. Is the whole like, should we wait until after Starforge to do it? Yeah. That's been a point of discussion around the office. So we'll see where it ends up.
Water cooler chat. Hey, when are we?
Yeah, just to like, there's a date. Yeah,
there is.
Well,
there is.
Apparently, we'll see. Probably after Starforged. We'll just say that for now. Show off and play around with them beans. Oh, we'll be covering some of the beans. So stuff we've unlocked, stuff that y'all know about. We'll definitely go over tonight. What's up?
I said something about Wildlands Reforged. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. It doesn't matter. We got it out. It's amazing. It's early.
yeah, we got it done
it?
early. Turns out when you don't have to make molds, it's a lot easier to.
Yeah, just do the stuff.
There's a lot less mistakes that can happen when you're just doing something you've done before.
Yeah, when you don't have to engineer all sorts of pieces and punch a bunch of holes in them and test them out and quality control them and send them back and do them again and yeah.
Okay. So that's really all we had to talk about. Also, you know, we've launched a new campaign, sci-fi campaign. I saw a question earlier that I do really want to get into.
Did we want to plug Dungeons and Lasers?
Oh yeah, Dungeons and Lasers also got a new campaign up. Yes.
It's a race.
Also on GameFound. It's not a race. We're doing different things.
We had a 3-hour head start.
If you are looking for other terrain options.
They're doing a neat thing with some UV printing on these pieces.
It's at least worth checking out just to see how you feel about it, because they also do just like a ton of they do great minis. I think the minis aren't pre-painted though. I think it's just the terrain on the sprues is pre-painted.
I believe it's just terrain.
Yeah. But yeah, they launched same day as us. That's a Prismacast. That's the thing. Yeah, they went live a bit ago too. If you're in the EU especially, that is also an EU-based company, so that might make things easier. I don't know the woes of EU shipping as well as I'm sure all of you over there do. So yeah, I don't know. If you haven't looked at their stuff before, they do really cool stuff.
They're nice. They're nice folks too. We sent them a note because they had the wrong. They were showing the wrong thing on their. They're doing it side by side with our stuff there. And they apologized and also said we're great. And that was it.
Yeah. Point being, check that out.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, you're probably into terrain, so go check them out as well.
Yeah. Anybody here not into terrain?
They're doing cavern stuff. I guess I should say they're doing pre-painted cavern stuff. It's on spruce. You still got to assemble it, but yeah.
It's flat, but it's neat.
Yeah.
Clever.
I think that's basically it. When does Reforged hit the marketplace? Probably after Starforge. Well, we don't have the date yet. We still have a couple orders to ship out.
Stuff's got to get to people. We got like
and if God forbid we hit some kind of customs issues, which I doubt we will at this point, but but yeah, I think that's essentially it. Why don't we go ahead?
Should we mention again that we're going to be at Adepticon next week?
Oh yeah. Hey, we're going to be at Adepticon. You live anywhere in or around Chicago? That's right outside there. It's in Schaumburg.
Come buy us some pizza.
It's fun. I know some of you are going to be there. I think more of our people are going to be there this time than when we went 2 years ago, which I guess makes sense. 2 years ago, it was still coming out of the pandemic. I've seen more people in the Discord saying that they're going and all that. I'm very excited to see it. We're going to have Starforge prototypes with us. A lot of examples of stuff you can do with them. It's going to be great.
We have Mace there. We got Hamster there. We got Chris there.
Yeah.
Got me there. We got like the sort of the regular people on camera often.
Yeah. It's going to be
the streaming crew.
Yeah, it's going to be a smaller scale convention than what we usually do. But yeah, how does Adepticon compare with Gen Con for miniature wargame / D&D-er? If you do wargames, Adepticon is the place. Adepticon is really focused around wargames in particular. So it's a smaller convention altogether, but literally everything about it is games that use terrain. So it's a good place for us to be.
It's like a 10th the size of Gen Con.
Yeah.
Right? It's like 7,000 or 8,000 people versus Gen Con. It's 80.
It
something
seems
thousand.
like they're growing quite a bit.
Yeah.
From what it sounded like, it seems like they're getting more vendors and like more
They're
like
having a hard time answering emails.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it was like a smaller what's the thing I was trying to say? It was like a smaller like team and stuff too. Like they,
Yeah.
like it was I think it was like a fan run thing basically for a while, and it seems like it's like growing a lot last couple of years.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh,
So booth 703 will be there in the flesh.
yeah.
I'll bring a space knife. And
More
stab
miniature painting stuff at Adepticon as well. Oh yeah. A lot of painters as well. A lot of the because I think miniature painting and everything. There's a lot of DNA shared with wargamers because so much of wargaming you got to make stuff from scratch. It's a lot of assembly. You can't do that stuff in your head, right? So I think a lot of the hobbyists, there's a lot of crossover between the hobbies of tabletop and.
Can you imagine running a board game in Theater of the Mind?
I picture it like
I'm imagining
like
I'm murdering your guys. You're like, no. Imagine your guys are like don't even have line of sight. And I'm
like correspondence chest for BattleTech.
yeah.
You just like write just like mail somebody like where you're moving your Blackhawk.
Hex A4329.
Yeah, just write
Yeah.
just PPC. Like
My PPC is aiming at hex number of
yeah. You got to write down your dice roll.
and then
yeah.
2 weeks later you get the letter back and say you missed. Okay. Now
Going to UKGE and I'm planning on hopping over for the day from Dublin. And your request from Ireland can turn up the treats.
Ooh.
Let Mace handle that. It's you and Mace there for UK, right?
yeah, I don't know, Mace. What do we need from Ireland?
Yeah.
Bring me an
Nova.
authentic brogue. Can you teach me how to speak? Thank you.
All right. Okay. Guinness. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, should we go to Starforge news now that we're in
Yeah.
Starforge?
Let's get into the campaign. I did see.
So we broke the broke Game Found yesterday, but it's working now.
Yeah, we had a bit of an unfortunate start to things. But hopefully,
Understated.
hopefully anybody that got scared off with that we can bring back and all that.
Anybody here get scared off?
Really want to make Gen Con some year. I'm curious if the extra cost and scene makes me wonder if Adepticon's really the right place for me. Adepticon's a lot quieter, I'll tell you that much. If huge crowds are not your thing, Gen Con is like the most huge crowd, like crowd crush convention there is. So if that's a thing that you're not feeling vibe wise, Adepticon is generally a lot chiller.
Gen Con has everything though. It is like it's an absolute spectacle for good or for ill. Like it's it's so big you can't take it all in. You can't do everything. There's like whatever you're into, there's somebody there doing it. It's like it's a lot. So if that's your thing, that's great. If it's not, it can be overwhelming, or anywhere in between.
Masticon, though, I think from the vibes I've gotten from you over knowing you the last several years, just through these streams and chats and stuff, I think you would like Adepticon quite a bit. I think Adepticon would fall in line with your interests. Let's see. Okay, so
we got up and running now, so you can make your pledges. Shipping is working. What are the news? We have a photo gallery up. There's a banner right near the top of the page. It'll take you. There's a couple of new photos in there, and we have new stuff coming in as we speak. As we're gathering your sort of photo requests, image requests. So those are going to go in there as they come, so you can keep an eye on that. I forgot to put in the update today. We have the pledge helper.
Oh yeah, the spreadsheet.
So that's up there in the quick links, which probably a bunch of you already know if you're on Discord. It has. I can't see the website. Hey Steve, Tyler's coming in and getting the goods. So Becker, the spreadsheet there has got all sorts of good info for you. If you want like a breakdown of all the pieces, like in a whole bundle, it melts it all down in one thing, so you can see the quantities of everything there in one bit. Helpful bits. What other new since we were here 20 hours ago? What else? Any other new?
What else has happened in the?
Oh, we unlocked the. Had we done that yesterday? I can't remember.
We unlocked Dynamo Turbine yesterday, yeah.
But did we do it during the stream or not? I don't know. I can't.
It was after the stream.
It's after dark.
Yeah.
Only Forge.
Shipping solve options. Okay, right, yeah. If anybody is having issues with their order, please let me know. Please let us know. We think there's been a couple like we've run into like a couple like edge cases that I think were kind of just like held over from when everything broke yesterday. But we have been one by one getting those taken care of. So please, if there's any issues, reach out to us. Between us and GameFound, we will resolve anything. We'll make it right. We'll make sure everybody's getting what they want. Make sure that everybody's payment stuff is working out appropriately.
GameFound has been all over it, man. They've been hopping on,
Yeah.
like really hopping on the phone, doing whatever, trying to really get everything cooking. They sent out a nice apology email to everybody, all the followers.
Yes.
They're,
If you were having any issues, check out the update that just went out, and we go over some ways to resolve those things. If you're having issues, check those solves and see if they help. Comp adjustment / lower price window wall set was an update. Oh, right. We changed the composition of the window wall.
well, Tyler got a couple of final bits of pricing yesterday morning, and it put the cost of, I mean, we hadn't unlocked the set anyway, but it put the cost of the set. It was originally the window wall set was going to have four of the windows in there, and it just put it up. It was like, I don't know, it was $80 or something. It was just too much. So we dropped it down to two window walls, 2 of each inserts. There's 5 different inserts, 2 of each, so 10 total inserts, and then 2 1x2 floors in there. So it now comes in at like 39 painted or something. I can't remember. I think it's 39 painted. So it's a much easier way to, it's more accessible for people to get the pack now. So I think it'll be better. More people will get a chance to get these cool looking window walls.
And it gives you, making it a 2-pack instead of a 4-pack, just gives you more control over how many you get exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can just get as many multiples as you need.
Yeah.
Oh, Mason's reminding us about Forvin Dorge. There's an extraterrestrial account on where is it, Mace? There's an alien that's infiltrated our midst who's been sneaking photos and putting them up on the internet.
Yeah.
And their name is Forvin Dorge.
Twitter, but they go on TikTok a lot, apparently.
That's where all the aliens are?
Yep.
Oh.
That's where they've been. 39.22 for the window set is what was said. Yeah, Tyler dropped that at some point.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That tracks with my spotty memory.
Yeah. Can the Windows piece stand on end and become a door?
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
What yeah, it's gonna be maybe a funny door, but
it's definitely like not the way it was intended to be used.
One man's funny door is another man's.
That's not the worst thing I've seen.
Yeah. What gets weird is
it doesn't match the profile.
Well, there's no floor. Like, what am I filling in here? I guess we would put it on top of a floor. And then it could be a. What you can do, you can use it, leave it open as like a firing port.
Yeah.
That's not nuts. You could do that.
It's not the worst thing I've seen. Yeah.
You can leave it open and use it right as a place to shoot out the side of your bunker or whatever.
Yeah, I'm assuming somebody is going to think of a way to actually use that really efficiently.
You could use it for your kitchen to pass meals through, your space kitchen to pass them into.
There is a 1x2 floor, yes. We have a 1x2 floor. It's in the advanced core set and then also in the floor pack, I believe.
And actually, it comes in the window pack.
And it's in the window pack.
A pair of
yeah, that's right. Yeah, the windows come with the window pack comes with 2 1x2s, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's so you can fill out the floors if you're adding a bunch of walls. Let's say you get a core set and then you get the window pack. You get a couple of floors to help get some more floors because you got more walls in there. Also, if you want to try and center up a window, whatever, it helps have the 1x2s.
Yeah.
Just neat. We like these little guys. So yeah, you could turn it inside. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure people will figure out some other neat things to do with it. So we're getting close. We're like 40K away from that window wall.
Yeah, we'd gone up a bit too. Since you made that update as well. So we're like 37 now.
Woo! It's moving.
Yeah. Game it's moving. And our ads will actually start up soon, so that'll be nice.
So Jazz Ambassador said, "Oh yeah, space cafeteria window," but I saw a pizza ambassador, and I'm like, of course the pizza ambassador wants to have a space cafeteria.
Called to the space window to the space wall.
Oh yeah.
It's fine. You wouldn't. It's okay. Let's see. Yeah, but I think that's essentially those things. There's a question we got earlier from, I think it was Zukin. Zukin or Zuchin? I don't know which way you want that pronounced. I always assumed Zukin when I saw
Hi,
it.
Zukin.
Yeah, long time watcher. Was wondering, hey, don't play sci-fi. Is there stuff here that still work for fantasy? I would say the answer, you say Zukin? Cool.
Zukin.
You're wondering about, like, what pieces here work for fantasy applications. We've thought about that as well. Mainly, you're looking at the pipes. Where the stuff really works with it is when you were going into artificer style areas, or if you're going to like the city of brass, or even just going into like pretty like advanced like dwarven societies, metalworking, all that stuff. The pipes and catwalks are great for that. The dynamo turbine you could even get away with as like some sort of like big artificer invention, and actually combines well with stuff from like the alchemy lab set from Plaguestone.
Slide something up against one of the flat sides, and then it makes it.
Mhm.
You can fantasy it up. And I think weren't using yesterday. We were putting pole accessories on.
Yes.
What the heck? Yeah. It's all blurring into some weird. It's only been a day, and it's already blurring into
Yeah.
one weird.
We're gonna get some more fantasy samples and compatibility samples over the course of this, because we also did mainly just like the metal like catwalk system and everything. Like you could absolutely get away with those if you're doing like Eberron style stuff or just Artificer style stuff. That is like the easiest to kind of work into things.
There was a request for pipes and sewers, which Toby has something brewing for. We could show that off. Like it could look really nice with the sewer set. Have these sort of pouring out into a thing.
The pipes and catwalks are also intensely easy to paint as well. So
also, they're just fun.
So I would say it'd be a very like you can get through.
Yeah.
You can get through like a pipe and catwalk like mega pack extremely quickly.
Watch the video. It's
unpainted.
like it's a base coat and then like basically just a super wet dry brush. Or
Yeah.
it's like or not even. He kind of just covers the whole thing over the base coat. Like it's a really easy, very easy paint scheme.
And there's probably a couple accessories that you could also get away with using in those.
You know, the other one that people were talking about last night was using the barricades. If you painted them up kind of like brass or steel or something, you could use them for dwarven armor plating or architecture or whatever. You might even be able to paint this part stone or something, and maybe I don't know what, but they feel very kind of dwarven in these angles, Art Deco-y angles. So that's another option, and those also really easy to get. Right, there's a pack.
Yes.
You can just get the barricade pack, so you can pop some of those up.
The hanging moss also fits over the barricade and looks really good, as Jeffrey's pointing out.
And it's got a whole accessory hole there, so you can put an arbalist or a head and a pike or whatever to medieval it up.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good amount of samples coming out over this.
That's a good question. Yeah, we love. Who else has got questions about the fiction of science?
Let's see.
Yeah, if whoever was asking that, we have it was Zukin, right? We have the stream from yesterday, the 5 p.m. stream from yesterday. We did a bunch of we were sort of messing with pieces. Someone was asking about fantasy, right? Pieces that would work for fantasy. So we pulled out the whole bucket of pole accessories and started popping stuff in and whatever. Where on that stream, I don't know, but it did happen.
One second. Let's see.
Oh yeah, these would look good against your castle. Masticon's saying that barricades would look neat against the base of a castle. It totally would. Buttress up the bottom of the wall.
Jeffrey says I have a simple sample build request. See how simple.
A
Go
bed on the floor.
Go ahead and hit us.
Should we take bets on how simple is?
I'm just never sure if people are being sarcastic or not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. I bet there's going to be a whole bunch of Expedition to the Barrier Peaks next year this time. What was the build request?
Let's see. Okay. Sorry, I just had to take care of an issue real quick. Can you flip the computer dressing piece around to see the back? Yeah, absolutely. Expedition to Barrier Peaks is probably like the premier D&D example for using this stuff.
Yep.
Snap 2 windows, one inverted. Oh yeah, Packer Rat was asking about that earlier too, I think.
Okay, first step is finding the windows.
We just had them. Okay.
Yeah, I hid them. Okay, so we're gonna. All right, we're taking 2 windows. So like this.
Yeah. Take that. What? 2 inverted. So yeah, if you have like a double high ship, you could easily do that.
You could also do. It's kind of like you could do this sort of thing if you had like a. I don't know what buys you. Was that what they were looking to see? What else? How else would you invert them? You could go this way and have them be like a an upper level, build an upper level up here, and then have that be a lower level. Alert! Alert!
Let's see. The barricade's the same freestanding wall height from Cult. How tall are they?
Which one?
The barricades.
No, they're slightly shorter because the floors are 3/8 inch in there and they're a 1/2 inch here, so we're like 1/8 of an inch shorter, I think.
Okay. See a power conduit insert being useful for these windows. Power conduit insert.
Like cables, like a thing that has like cables running through or something.
Oh.
So it was like exposed, like down the sides of a hallway.
Similar to the wire to the exposed wire trapdoor insert.
Yeah, that would look neat. You could have it like a. It would also sell if you have the trapdoor insert on the floor, like an engineering area that could be like. Thing. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Oh, Finley and Essel already answered that question. Okay, never mind.
Finley.
I'm juggling a lot.
Quick on the draw, that Finley.
Yeah, it turns out. Let's see. Getting the starter bundle exteriors, pipes for fantasy, and then the 2 bunkers for 40k. If I added a floor and portal pack to the 2 bunkers, can I make an interior worth using? So the 2 bunkers will give you. That's 8 corners altogether, basically.
Yep.
And then how many straights?
There's 2 walls on each.
2 walls in each. So that'd be
four walls.
4 straights, 8 corners.
You wouldn't have any floors.
Well, they're saying you'd add a floor pack and a portals pack.
Floor pack and a door pack would get you enough to make a couple little rooms, and
that gives you more than what you get in the core set, I think. How many floors are in the core set?
6? I can't remember.
I'm gonna check the compositions.
So while you're doing that, Dragos is asking if we considered a collaboration with Paizo for Starfinder or Plaguestone.
Oh.
We certainly considered it, and it's not out. But it takes two parties to get to make a collaboration happen. So we've been talking to them, but it's been slow going.
There has been thoughts had. There's been
some discussions.
Yeah. Do the bundle packs have a baked-in discount? Yes, all the bundles have a baked-in discount. I guess one thing
it shows it on literally on the page. It shows there's like the price, and then the next there's like the crossed out price. It shows you the discount on it.
Yeah, we'll see you'll see 2 prices on any of the bundles. The crossed out price is what all the component sets would be without being bundled, and then the price that's there. I think we tried to shoot for like around 5% or something like that. And I guess also something to keep in mind is all of these prices we're trying to aim for like, what is it, like 10% under what we think the store price will be, something like that.
I don't know if it's a precise, but like roughly.
Yeah,
I think it's going to adjust depending on what the final manufacturing costs of them are or whatever.
Yeah, so that's one thing. Is like the pieces are already discounted from what we expect them to be in the store, and then the bundle discount is like on top of that. Wish the bunker had windows. That would have been sweet.
Syl is chanting for the alien. I don't know. I haven't seen the alien around today.
I've never seen Syl and the alien in the same room. Now that I think about it.
I'm pretty sure I did. I don't know.
I haven't. All right,
That's suspicious, but I'm not suspicious.
Let's see.
You know, so Mastercon's asking if the bunker had windows. We didn't when we were trying to figure out what would be my corest of core pieces, the window ended up not being something that was in the core, so we didn't include it in any of the basic bundles. Because it seemed like it was a thing that some people might not want, like if you're just doing war-torn bunkers and things, like you don't need windows.
Well, the main thing is that a window wall is just more expensive than a regular wall, just because you got considerably more expensive.
And it's got all the inserts, so it's a whole thing. Like it was.
Yes, when we were talking about just like basic core sets, it's like, okay, well, if we want to keep the cost down, we should just stick to like the absolute bare necessities. Well, yeah. Has the factory
but here's the thing: it's a $39 pack. We made it easy to add if you want, like. Yeah. You know, you can just add it to your thing. I mean, that's the beauty of this. The whole beauty of this GameFound setup is that you can just get whatever sets you want. You can get the things you want for your game. You want windows for your bunkers? Get the bunker pack. Just get the window wall pack.
Well, it'd be missing from a large bundle relative to any sort of completionist goal. The large bundle has all of the launch pieces. There are cheaper ways to get every piece than the large bundle, but the large bundle is like, here's an actual like good mix of them that is useful and like will build together sensibly.
A logical toolbox.
Yes. So the large bundle, basically, the only thing that won't be in the large bundle is terrain trays and then any stretch goals we unlock. So the large bundle will have everything in it outside of the stretch goals. And terrain trays.
But it's got everything and a lot of everything. Like it's a lot of pieces.
And again, Finley had already asked this, or had already answered it. I don't know why I'm wasting my time.
We should just call it the Finley Show.
Yeah. What if I want Mac for my bunkers? That's very good, Hoppy. That's a good joke. I appreciate it. Yeah, Finley, stop being helpful.
Hey, Hoppy, it was nice to see you at PAX Unplugged.
Love that the discounts are clearly listed. One of my wishes from past projects realized. That's just the GameFound system. Like we're just able to, we're just able to do that. It's part of the interface, which is nice.
We are enthusiastic humans.
Oh right, we forgot to do the computer flip. There it is, Shadowline. Sorry.
All good. You tag teaming it up. This thing, Eli made it so all the sides are interesting. So there's sort of fun ways you can put it at like an angle to do. I think we did this yesterday too. We were putting a couple together to make some sort of projector thing or
little space hot tub right there.
Dude, space. We need a space hot tub in this room.
Space jacuzzi. Any plans to use that window shape in the future, like high towns or dungeons? It feels just like a very sci-fi thing. I guess is the thing. Like it felt.
Well, maybe future sci-fi.
Yeah. Well, future sci-fi, sure. Well, they're saying like high town or dungeons, and I think the reality is that window shape just feels sci-fi.
Yeah. It was, we didn't really, we weren't aiming for compatibility with the other systems. We were aiming to make sci-fi the best sci-fi thing it could be. Mm-hmm. So that's why people were asking yesterday, like, why are the window inserts from Hightown going to work, whatever, or Lowtown? I mean, the answer is no. Right? We designed the shape that was going to make the best thing, rather than make a thing that was going to be backwards compatible with those inserts, which you wouldn't use anyway, and then it was going to make the window not as cool and whatever. So we've really been just focusing on how do we make this the coolest sci-fi set it can be, the best sort of self-contained system. And that's one of the reasons we made the floors 1/2 inch thick rather than our old, everything else we make is 3/8 inch thick. That's why we didn't make them compatible with the original sci-fi resin pieces. We wanted just a clean slate to make the best possible system we could make.
Yeah. And like the Hightown window shapes would have just looked
it didn't make sense
in this design. Like it's just not what the windows look like in that aesthetic. Any chair accessories for cockpits planned? No chairs.
You know why? They just get in the way.
You could use this guy.
Yeah, this could be a chair. Could we even flip this way?
Flip the other way around. Those are the legs.
Yeah. It's just, it is, they just get in the way. You can't actually put minis in them. You have to move them out. They're just cluttery. Like they just, we talked at length about all sorts of different things we could put in there, and it was just chairs didn't seem like it was worth it. Valid question though, because exactly this first sort of thing you think of. But we were like, we'd rather have a big gun than a chair, right? If we were trying to have the most, a very, very thin sculpt count.
But that said, we might make chairs in the future.
Oh man, we can do anything in the future.
Yeah, sci-fi works well. Like,
Oh, did we ever
if
show
it's-
anybody the new floor bottom?
I don't think so. Is it in the
It's on the piece image.
Okay.
Hey, has everybody checked out the parts log?
parts log's pretty sick.
Letitia crushed that thing. It's so fun. Even like the disclaimer texts are just all in character disclaimer nonsense. It's so funny.
Just like the idea of using the energy table with a hex door on top being a hollow table, then putting the mini dungeon from Zaltar on it for D&D in space. Energy table being the
Oh.
energy unit upside down, or
Yeah, like this. Yeah. Wow. Play some space chess there.
next mini game found Chair Forge, Chairs for your fantasy and wargaming. We should get into modular furniture.
Huh.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like we could be the IKEA of
Yeah.
D&D.
yeah.
The IKEA.
We should. It really helps us appeal to the college
Yeah.
demographic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could decorate your dorm room and your game room all at the same time.
Sitting is the new smoking. They stand at their computers and cockpits in the future. You could in later sets do different sculpts for chairs to be used as unique spell jammers.
Oh man.
Have you created a canteen with bar layout?
No, we
don't really have a
not.
way to portray the bar, I think, is the only thing.
We could use.
We could find a way.
I bet we could use the pipes if we did.
We could find a way.
There is a way.
We could use the window, so we could have it like go into a back room. We could use the window wall as like the little
kitchen?
port for like it's like the thing to so you place your order
Space
like up at the window
cafeteria,
wall.
no? Order up.
Yeah. I've had sci-fi to my Dwarven Forge recipe book. Barra cakes, bunker, capsule bread, turret scone.
What was it? Drift scones is still.
Drift scones is pretty sick.
It's impossible to.
Do you have a side by side of the original resin with new Starforge? Oh, we should grab.
Yeah.
We should grab resin sci-fi and just show a bunch of that today. Yeah. So with the resin sci-fi,
doesn't match.
where mixing the two of them like it can be useful is when you're like trying to represent two different civilizations or something, or very different kinds of tech. You could maybe get away with like building one room into like this room is done in this sci-fi, this room is done in the other. But they have very different basic shapes, very different aesthetics, very different goals. But the main thing being, again, we wanted this to be the best product it could be, especially since the resin sci-fi is something we can't make anymore.
Well, honestly, we looked at it in dev and we didn't like the aesthetics. Like it didn't look that good. Nobody was excited to try and build on that. Like it wasn't energizing. You gotta be like, oh yeah, this is where we want to tackle for next thing.
I was just gonna be the space bar.
Yeah,
I love all the like standing tables for it. That's actually very good.
Is this gonna work?
Oh, and then you can do you're doing like reverse pipes. Oh, that's really good. No, that's really good.
So it looks like a little. I was gonna do.
Oh, that's brilliant, actually.
Let's start over there. So let me put the exit over here. I don't know where the order up is gonna be.
Is the resin sci-fi just in the build room?
It's actually on that shelf. The shelf that's above the archive. It's in the boxes like.
Okay.
I can grab it in a second.
Okay, no worries. Robot arm auto bartender. That's great. Yeah, use the. Okay, this is actually maybe we gotta.
We're gonna have to take a photo.
We should grab a bunch of the Starfinder minis and
and
set this up as a scene. Yeah.
Yeah, the drink serving robot.
That's very good.
It's like you put the window.
Cantina bundle win.
Where's this?
Well, we can probably make it out of an existing bundle.
Whose question? This was a really good.
Who asked about the cantina initially? J. Carl Kook.
Nice, good, really fun question. Good timing, having a little tables.
I want to do this for you. You can do this for Starfinder. You can do it for Lancer. This could be a location in if you're using terrain for like the Alien RPG or something. This could be like, the cafeteria on the ship.
Yeah,
right.
Like the mess hall.
Yeah, the mess hall for the ship.
What was it on the Enterprise? They had like, what did they call it? Like the big.
Have you ever been to a milk bar?
I was at the Corova Milk Bar.
Yeah.
In Lower East Side years ago before it closed.
I've never been to a milk bar. I just only in Zelda games.
10
forward, 10 forward, 10 forward, 10 forward.
Oh, I guess it's 10 forward.
That's what it was in Star Trek.
Turns out. Thanks,
What
everybody.
system similar to D&D are you excited to use this terrain with? Starfinder, absolutely.
Oh.
Lancer's a lot of fun because Lancer has rules. So you've got like mech combat where it's like, okay, clearly exteriors, although you could try to do interiors with it. But then also there's rules for when you're just your pilot outside of the mech. And so you can do like
Turn it into RPG.
espionage things. You could, like, in the middle of a mission, it's like, okay, you got to retrieve something from inside this bunker. And so you could have like a battle going on the exterior with all the mechs, and then when you get over there, you get out of your mech and run in, and you can have like an interior like gunfight, like going and like getting the stuff out of the interior. So I think there's a lot of potential in Lancer to like use exterior and interior at the same time and use like both the mech and the pilot rules. I'm very excited about that. Alien.
Ooh.
I really want to play Alien. I've heard phenomenal things about the Alien RPG.
Actually, everybody that's played it is like, I've only heard good things. Like, it's, yeah.
I believe the Alien RPG isn't really meant for terrain, but like you can add it.
You can make anything. Yeah.
Yeah. 10 forward was the bar,
you
not the
don't
mess
have
hall.
to use
Oh.
You don't have to use tactical movement just because you're using terrain, right? You can just use it to show where everybody is and what the scene is or whatever. Like, you can just create the scene. So you got our kitchen back here.
I'm thinking it could be end game level stuff in D&D, like a long forgotten advanced civilization. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of modern campaigns that people will do like in their homebrew stuff, where they'll like work in high tech lost civilization kind of stuff at the end. Critical Role's done it, and I think a lot of the stuff it could help with that. I think if Matt had access to this, he probably would have seen it used in certain parts of certain campaigns. Aor from Critical Role right there. Yeah, exactly.
I was trying
not
surprised
to, like,
if it shows up in
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Matt's getting a bunch of this stuff.
He said he was, so we'll see what happens.
Esper Genesis RPG is Space 5e and has a Barrier Peaks Return adventure. Esper Genesis, I haven't heard of that. I'll have to check it out.
Cool name.
Coriolis. Let's see.
For the Aliens RPG directed by James Cameron. That's really funny. What other questions? Oh, magnetic flamethrower would be cool.
Still got the resin question.
Oh yeah, I'll go get that. Yeah.
I think I heard somebody talking about doing like going down a hatch into like an older section of the ship, and that's where they would like use the resin. It's like this is like a outdated thing that they've built on top of. What's a healthy outcome for the Dwarven Forge team for this campaign? All of us surviving would be
break a mill.
Good. Yeah. A million would be phenomenal. That'd be great.
Huh. Maybe I spoke too soon. Where the heck did the resin? Oh, here's.
Did you lose it? He's talking to himself out there. I can't. You guys can hear him better than I can at this point. We don't have any magnetic walls this time, I believe. Let's see. Financial metric. Todd will probably try it with Shadow Dark also.
They just did a whole series on Shadow Dark on Mastering Dungeons podcast.
Does a mill mean reinvestment in new projects? I would say it's not the only factor. I would say nothing. I would say none of it is like that clean cut, right? Like there's a lot of stuff to take into account. How is the dollar to pledge ratio so far in line with other campaigns? The average pledge is considerably higher than we expected.
Like $1,200 or something, isn't it?
The average pledge is considerably higher than we expected.
It's wild.
We were expecting it to be more around. We were expecting the small bundles to be around where the average pledge is, and instead it's.
I thought $500 or $600 seemed to be like the sweet spot.
Yep. Just big DF fan
here.
We're
Literally talking about this like a couple days before launch, where like that seemed like the logical spot was about that.
The main thing is we went into this campaign with very little idea of how it was going to go. Like we knew that we're going into a place. The fact that we're going into a place where it's like not fantasy.
Space.
Yeah, like going into that, and it being like kind of a different structure for things as well. Being a smaller campaign, just taking a different approach in general. I don't know. Like there's a lot of new to this.
All of it.
Yeah. This might be the most new we've ever done at once in a very long time.
Who knew?
Yeah.
All right, take a picture. All right, so we got here is resin sci-fi.
All of KS5 through 8 had final pledge averages in 1 to 1.2K, while this is the same with such a smaller range of pieces. I think what it is we've made it so that these pieces, even though there's less of them, it's still worth getting them in high multiples. And I think the big thing is, now if you spend like in that range, you can have every piece like in that range. I think there's a lot less. That's the nice thing about it. What the smaller sculpt count means is if you're going 1.2K, you're not like leaving out half the Kickstarter. Yeah.
Oh, this is a bad illegal florist here. Where's the
Flag on the play?
Yeah, we got an illegal flag.
We have an
on
illegal
floor
on the field.
A streaker. Yeah.
What about a sci-fi reliquary to go with the set? Reliquary is a big investment to make. I don't know if sci-fi ends up becoming a thing. And I guess it's the thing with this is there's just so much less sci-fi terrain out there as well, as we're going into a market that is simultaneously less saturated and also less existent. I should say sci-fi RPG terrain. Sci-fi terrain in the way that we're making terrain. There's a lot of sci-fi like scatter pieces that you can like drop down as a big thing. It's just a very different market in a lot of ways. And so it's interesting. But I will say it's doing better than we were afraid. It could happen. You know,
I just wish more people showed up. Right, that was my hope. Was we get more folks and some more new folks.
Well, they're still
excited about it. Oh yeah,
there's still stuff to see,
and we still have 6 weeks from Pledge Manager. We have a long haul to go. Yeah. The door. Oh, we can hold that to the.
You possibly get a painting tutorial to match the sci-fi resin. That's not completely out of the question.
Yeah.
It's something, we don't have that laying around because we didn't do unpainted resin. So, right? Like resin was only
match
painted.
have our new stuff match the resin.
That's what I mean, but I mean but those materials don't like exist currently. So like we don't have any painting guides for resin because we didn't do unpainted resin.
Yeah. Well, Hamster could match that.
Yeah, it'd be something we'd have to like look into and experiment with. But there's no reason not to try it out.
Yeah.
Sci-fi reliquariums. That's fair.
You could
just drop that turbine. Just drop that turbine in a fish tank. Don't do that. If your fish gets hurt, I'm not liable. What would be the best set to get a good bit of everything if I pledged 1,000 to 1,500? Somebody posted.
Somebody do a breakdown.
Their breakdown. You can get every piece for like around 500, I think, but it might be kind of a weird combination.
What do you want to build is the question. Like
that's really it. Yeah.
I recommend getting a lot of the pipes and catwalks. They're so awesome.
Happy that people remember reliquariums. Reliquariums is a joke that people reference quite a bit. I think that video did pretty well when we dropped it.
It was funny.
Medium bundle. I don't think either of the medium bundles give you every sculpt. They get you extremely close though.
But you could use that as a base and then just get a few individual packs to fill out the things you didn't need. One of the medium bundles, and then I'd get a mega pack of pipes, catwalks, and pipelines, and some accessories, and you'd probably have just about everything. It's only 30-something sculpts, so it's not hard to get all the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
It's a question of having a big enough toolbox to do something interesting.
New insert for the window, reliquarium fish tank. Oh, we can actually do a fish tank thing.
A fish tank.
It'd be very Mass Effect. In Mass Effect, in your room, you just got this big aquarium that you can have like on one of your walls just has like a big aquarium. That could be a really fun thing to have in there. It's just like this wall is actually just a big fish tank.
Fish tank.
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
Well, the other thing
as Super Danny and Taylor both worked out, purchase combos in the $500 range that gives you every piece, but who knows if you could build anything with the resulting ratio. 500 unpainted, about 900 painted. Yeah, okay, so that's doable. If you're on the Discord, who is it that asked that? Just in case, if you're on the Discord, Ask people on the Discord and they can link you to that breakdown. Because, yeah, somebody figured that out. And that wouldn't include the stretch goals, of course. But, yeah. The width of the Piper Catwalk isn't the width of a floor tile, but it's 1 inch. So if you double up the Piper Catwalk, it'll be like a 2x2. It's on the same inch basis that the other pieces are. But the pipes can be used, the pipes and catwalks can be used as substitute floors, though, because of that. They were designed to be able to be like substitute flooring. All right.
Yeah, you could do like a... The door doesn't fill the thing so well.
That's another thing too. The resin sci-fi had some weird measurements that makes it hard to really add on to. Like it works well with itself internally, but like there were a couple times when, or like early on, we were trying to like kind of build them together, and it was like, oh, this is just there's a couple weird choices here that make compatibility difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Reliquarium for a Dream won a healthy chunk of awards, so it cannot leave the zeitgeist. That's very good.
Reliquarium for a Dream.
Reliquarium for a Dream.
So our dark period.
Did the exterior and interior starters plus both dressing packs plus straights and elevation plus terrain trays 1530. Does that get you every piece, Tellurian? I think that might. Exterior and interior starters. I think that would give you both of the accessory packs. Or no, do the dressing packs... Do the starters have dressing packs? I can't remember.
They do not come with dress. I don't
Okay,
believe.
so you would need to get the dressing packs on top of that.
Maybe they did. I don't think they did.
I can't remember. Not some of the stretch goals, though, right? Yeah, the stretch goals aren't in any of the existing bundles, mostly because we didn't want to have to, like, change or update them over the course of the campaign. But in the Pledge Manager, we will have both a, like, stretch goal bundle that'll be, like, a discount of, like, all the stretch goal pieces that got unlocked, as well as a different all-in bundle that will be larger than the large bundle and will include the stretch goals. Some pieces, not the whole dressing packs. Right, it's just dressing that was in, like, the core sets, I believe. Because some of the core sets come with some of the dressing and accessories.
There's a few accessories scattered around.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the monitor, the
Getting the biggest painted bundle, you're getting the large painted. What other bundles or main pieces do you suggest to really make a large map? Thanks. Depends on what kind of map you're trying to make. If you're doing exteriors, the bunker, like the bunker and mega builder core sets, like, really get you like a lot of that stuff. Getting just like the starter or medium, if for interiors or exteriors, depending on like what you're trying to build for, mostly, you really can't go wrong with it. If you're not planning to play RPGs, then there's really no point getting doors.
Catwalk and pipeline mega pack.
Getting more catwalks and pipelines also.
Seriously, you can't have enough.
That's really what it comes down to, though, I would say, is it depends on what kind of games you're wanting to build for. I'm assuming that by Mech Western, I'm assuming you do skirmish games, but I could be wrong. I think do you also go by Mech Western on GameFound? I think I saw one of your comments before, unless that was somebody else.
Boy, the sizing on these doors is really.
You do? Okay, I did see your post then.
I wonder if we
Were you the one who was asking about the Shatterpoint? Were you asking about the Shatterpoint build? I think these play together fine. Just another style. Glad I have some resin. Yeah, so like you can build. That's the main thing. You can build them into each other like this. It's a clearly different aesthetic. If you're wanting them to match up cleanly, they don't work like that. But you can do this, you know. And it could be. Again, it could be like this is, these are from different eras, or something like that.
In addition to the station, they had the initial base, and then they added another thing. And
I think it's the main thing. Like from like a narrative standpoint, you would want there to be some reason for why the technology and the architecture is like so wildly different. But yeah, I think there's absolutely no reason why you couldn't use both in a campaign to represent different societies and the like. Yeah. You could get unpainted and paint them to match resin a little better. I think, honestly, the idea of doing like a little painting video that's like, here's how you can paint to match the resin wouldn't be a terrible idea. It'd be kind of a fun little exercise.
I bet it'd be really easy. It looks like it's just
only a couple
bright
colors.
Silver with a wash and then a little bit of red.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's like
What I'm curious about is whether it's something that you can match with the Picornis, because
Yeah.
the resin was all made before we were doing that. So I don't think it's the same silver that we
Yeah.
make, but who
Hamster could
knows?
figure it out. Maybe it's just a
Yeah.
dark base coat and then a dry brush of the silver, and it's close enough.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah, it's just red. There's a couple of red lines and a yellow, some dotted yellow on this. Like,
Or paint the resin to match Starforge. That's what Mr.
Yeah.
Feelgood was doing. That Mr. Feelgood,
That's
he
awesome.
used the painting video to.
to unfade his resin.
Yeah, he got some resin and then painted over it to make it match
I
Starforge.
love that. Somebody's so angry somewhere.
Yeah. In one of the exterior walkthroughs, I think there was a very good point that each piece of piping, ramp, scaffold, or whatever has an impact on the space around it too. If you need to fill a
Yes.
table with influence, pipelines probably had the most coverage.
Yes.
That might have been the Wargame video.
Yeah,
I think
Hamster was talking about
Hamster.
that,
I think Hamster talked about how it can affect your positioning in Warhammer. I think it was part of that.
Well, it was something he was noting. He was teaching Eli to play 40K using the Starforge stuff, and was noting the sort of the sphere of influence around the ramp. He was like, look, this ramp, even though it's just one little piece, is creating, affecting the battlefield in a huge way. It has like
It has
this
more of
bubble. Yeah.
more of a footprint than its literal like playable space. Yeah.
Yeah.
From some other touch-ups I've done, it looked like bolt gun metal with a highlight of mithril silver matches okay.
Right.
Which company is that? Is that Citadel Paints? What do you know? Just out of curiosity.
Bolt gun sounds like a Citadel.
Yeah, bolt gun sounds like a Citadel thing to me. But I could be wrong. There's a lot of paint out there. It is Citadel?
Yeah.
We might. Okay, Hamster might actually have that in the office then, so we could check that out.
He has a few paints over there.
Yeah, just a few.
Yeah.
Just a few from. It's not like we get a sample set of everything that comes out
His
sent to the
hamster
office.
nest is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like is
Turns out the guy likes to paint.
we
Giveaway?
couldn't find
Oh, yeah.
We couldn't find the Star Wars minis
Should,
from Gen Con. He's like, I haven't seen them since. I don't know. They must be hidden around here somewhere.
I spent an hour digging through all those boxes, and then I looked over and I'm like, that box right behind Hamster's chair looks like the same tape that we use.
He was sitting on it.
They were sitting in an open box right behind him.
Next to him, was like touching him.
Yeah.
But there was so
Yeah.
much. There's mounds of stuff everywhere. It's like a hoarder nest. It's so good.
We need a giveaway word. Should we do 10 forward?
Yeah.
right.
10 forward is a good one.
All right. Give me a second to get that put in. Don't type it in yet.
Although hamster nest also
Okay,
good.
10 forward, all one word, no space for 10 forward. It's the numbers 10 and then forward. I'm hoping that works. I'll watch it, and if it doesn't work, if you want to win $50 for the campaign, Hamster said to me, "There's no way that's them." When I asked if it was them the first time, I'm so mad. I literally had to take it out in front of him, and he's like, "Oh,
Oh well.
yeah, like they're
Except
right
for
here.
those. Yeah.
They've been behind you for months." Okay, cool. It is working. Awesome. So we'll roll that in a couple minutes. Could paint a door to transition between the two, resin on one side, new scheme on the other. That'd be fun.
Sure. Yeah.
Really, the issue with the resin is just it's that we can't make it anymore. And at the end of the day, that's the biggest issue. There was never that much of it made in the first place.
Didn't sell like hotcakes.
It didn't do well. It was one of the like lower performing resin sets, and then we can't make more. So it's tough. It's tough. But it could be really fun to do that video though. That was a fun idea.
Oh no.
Checkout errors are back, at least for me.
Oh no.
Did you have a pledge in before?
Did you do the? Tell them about the fix on the.
Yeah, try what error is it giving you, and then I'll see if I can help you with that.
It's a good thing you're asking this while people are typing the entry word, so it won't get lost.
I caught it though. It's okay. I think
Yeah.
most people typed it in, so
Woohoo,
most
10
people are
forward.
done with it. Let's see if we can get you. Let's see if we can get you back in action.
Get in action, soldier.
I had a few pledges yesterday and went through. Just today's a shipping error. Okay, so try going to your pledge, and going down to manage shipping there. Go to your pledge, down to manage shipping. Try changing your shipping location and then changing it back and see if that lets you go through with things. Worst case scenario, I'll get you through to GameFound.
Ooh, Dragos is asking any concern on infringing on GW turf. They seem very proprietary.
We're being pretty careful not to like.
Which turf are we infringing on? Like science
turf.
fiction? Like yeah, we've
That's the
gone
main thing.
we've
Yeah,
gone
it's-
into the grim darkness of space.
And here's the thing: we could even make grimdark stuff if we wanted to. We could do skulls. You know, we just wouldn't use any like proprietary like imagery.
I mean,
And that's the main thing is as long as we don't claim to be doing like any of.
it would be like trying to claim dungeons or something. Like it's a.
That's the thing. Like we're not claiming to sell like anything Warhammer. We're not like, you know, I don't think we're doing anything that they would have they would have a problem with. Don't they make piping terrain? Yeah, but they don't own pipes. You know. I would say we were making these pipes before they even announced the pipe rules. Like when they announced that they were gonna have like pipeline rules and they were making pipes, we were like, oh,
cool. Well, we got them.
It's like awesome. That's great for us. And it's like, oh, and they're 1-inch pipes. That's perfect. Like we had been designing that before that stuff even got like announced.
But once again, you can't own geometry. Like it's not like they don't. You know, there's nothing. Yeah. If we were making like a, you know, Tyranids, a hive colony called that or something, then maybe we'd get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's a very distinct lack of skulls, which would, you know, they're probably, as soon as they see there's no skulls, they'll probably lose interest.
That trick worked for checkout. Thanks a ton. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the main thing. There's a couple like lingering issues, but we've been like learning the workarounds for it, and GameFound is still looking at things. I'm sending them anytime we get something that comes through. What worries me is how many people are having these issues and aren't telling us.
Don't know what the
and then we can't do anything to help.
Yeah,
you know?
And they're just like, well, I quit.
Yeah, that's the stuff I'm worried about. We're gonna have paint bundles in the Pledge Manager. We're currently looking into whether it's feasible to create a new paint, because currently the base paint for the core pieces is a mixture of two, and so we're seeing if we can actually just make that like a pre-mixed paint. And so we don't know exactly what the paint bundle is going to be yet, because it's going to depend on that. But yeah, essentially we will have paint bundles in the Pledge Manager.
The intention is to make that new color, so it'll be easy. If you want to do this, you'll have the base coat color. I mean, not the base coat, the top coat color, the bunker gray or whatever we're gonna call it, will exist.
When I heard about piping rules in the DF stream, that's what piqued my curiosity. It was extremely
fortuitous.
Yeah, it was a very pleasant little thing. Are you gonna build like a whole thing around it, and it's just like a containment chamber?
Yeah, just see what happens if I put a thing inside a thing. Like,
made out of a. We should just keep some of these setups too, and just pop off photos of them.
Yes.
Just pop off photos of them tomorrow, real quick.
To make life easier for Chuck.
Might as well. While you've got it out, we might as well do it, right?
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of compatibility we want to get through. We're planning on doing this. We're trying to just get through them all. It's mostly just a time thing. Couldn't see a text cursor in the credit card box. It looked like I couldn't add it in my CC info. Were you able? Has that been resolved, or is it still going on, Chuck? So hope drop pod thing from Avengers. Here for easier. Yeah, that's the main thing, because that mixture is annoying. So we're trying to get that
of it,
pre-made.
Right? And you're gonna just run out, and it's yeah.
Yeah, if anybody's got any questions about anything in the campaign, we're all here. Like, that's part of the reason why we're here. You can hit us here on the Discord, GameFound comments.
Hit us.
Anywhere. Hit me. I could actually type there, but without the cursor, it looked like it was grayed out. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it was actually working fine. Again, we're going to roll the giveaway in a few minutes. If you want a chance to win $50 for the Pledge Manager, type in 10 forward like Raven Sky just did, and you'll be submitted for the giveaway.
If you're finding other errors in site, let us know or let GameFound know directly, because we're going to be letting them know. They are working very hard to keep updating and improving the platform. So yes. They want to know the things that aren't working for people that are a barrier to entry, so they can make it as smooth as possible.
When is the windshield up as a stretch goal? The windshield. Oh, you're talking about the
cockpit?
Yeah.
A ways off.
Is that our last one? Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Let's see. It's a ways off, but hey, everything still seems feasible.
Everything is awesome.
And we've got some plans. We're having to. It was a weird start, but we're trying to right the ship. It's funny because technically everything on that table is sci-fi resin. That's an extremely good point.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
This door, not so great, but here's what we're gonna try. Watch this. So I was trying to do this like little containment thing in the center, but watch. What if we do this? I think we're gonna.
Main interest in this terrain is used for Kill Team and Necromunda, although Necromunda terrain is less pristine looking in general. Kill Team is... I honestly feel like it works better for Kill Team than it does for full 40k. Because Kill Team having all the, like, it just has more height rules. And that's, I don't know. Kill Team has, like, a lot of, like, little, like, interactable rules with the terrain that, like, I don't know. It works really well. When Hamster and I were looking through the Kill Team rulebook, it was just like, oh, like this fits better for our terrain than straight up 40k. It's nice.
Super good for
Yes.
Necromunda, Kill Team, all of it. Whatever.
The way their couple rules. I mean, you can get really creative with it, right? That's the main thing. Just leave your DF outside for a few days before playing Necromunda. I think we have people who've used our fantasy stuff for Necromunda. I'm pretty sure. Is it Necromunda that people are using it for?
I'm sure.
I think I've seen photos of Necromunda from the fantasy stuff.
So
Well, the nice thing is, like, with, you know, some of our fantasy stuff, like the wilderness terrain, still just works with sci-fi settings. You have wilderness everywhere.
I'm gonna get bigger.
See ya, Mac. Thanks for coming by. Thought of a new stretch goal I want. How does the OG sci-fi wire floor look under the new sci-fi trapdoor floor? Do we have it in there? Do we have all the sci-fi resin?
No.
Or we're missing
We don't
some?
have the. We only have like the. I don't know. We don't have. I think there were 3 sets. We have 2. We have the room, the passages in the room. We don't have the command.
Yeah. The
thing.
sci-fi resin
Yeah.
was so hard to get that we don't even have all of it. Yeah. Bring back the worm. Shai Hulud stretch goal. Let's go. We need to do something with the worm. Do some kind of
Space worm?
Dune thing. Yeah, we got to do something with the space worm.
If only there was like a currently popular space IP that involved giant worms that we could
Yeah.
piggyback off of.
This looks like the VIP prison cell. It kind of reads to me as like a... it's made of like a different material. Maybe it blocks some sort of rays or something.
Like when like Magneto, they put him in an all plastic room.
Yeah, although that definitely looks like it's all metal, so that'd be a terrible idea. Definitely don't do this for Magneto specifically. Now it's just a face. I need to see Dune at some point.
Yeah, I heard it's good.
I haven't had time to watch or play anything for a long time. Let's say this is supposed to arrive 125, but assuming the normal 3 to 5 month delay, that means I have 1 year to put together and convince my wife to paint Shatterpoint and Legion stuff.
So now you can have like the right. So now we're using the window walls as like the viewing area into the containment thing in the center. Oh, this could be. You know what this could be? This is like the main science lab where they're doing, right? It's a contained room where they're working on the virus or whatever. So they've got. You put your stuff in there.
All right, let's roll this giveaway real quick.
You know these work pretty well against it.
Gray Raven. Hey, I think you've won stuff with us
Hey,
before.
congrats!
I'm gonna whip for you real quick.
Hey, you make a little like a sealed off science lab in the middle.
Yeah, you can definitely get away with
Hey.
that.
Yeah,
There's some good stuff you can do here.
yeah, it's fine. It's there's a little gap back here
Right, it's a
because
different scale.
the scale is slightly off, and the walls are thinner and it's floor slated, but it's fine. You can build with it. You could also do like the exteriors with the new stuff and then the interiors with the old stuff or something, like the shiny silver on the inside. And
I guess it's the main thing is,
Yeah,
the
the outside.
interiors, the resin can't really do exteriors, but if you wanted to, do something. My brain's not functioning great
Yeah,
anymore.
well, it turns out sleep helps brain function.
Yeah.
Good. That's, yeah, that's the word on the science street. All right, let's get into questions. I want to start building. I gotta get some.
Well, I mean, what would we build outside? We got a cantina. We got a.
Oh, I want to work on this swamp build.
Oh. Okay, you're gonna like
I'm
move the
gonna
whole
do a
table.
table. Yeah,
All right.
conceptually. Unless we had any other. Are there
Now
any
for
other
something completely
piece specific questions? Sleep is the mind killer.
Something like that.
See.
I mean, if I stay awake, I can keep thinking. So I think there's nothing to that.
See?
Yeah.
Although, don't you still think while you're asleep?
Yeah.
Perchance to dream?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to look strange for a sec, but there's a plan. Usually a plan. All right. So, all right. I was flattening the texture mat. So we'll uncover this as we go.
Oh wow! Everybody's leaving to eat right now.
Are we missing the cue? Oh, you build a space cantina, and suddenly everybody wants to eat. As the old adage goes. Teach a man to build a space cantina, and he'll go eat.
Okay. Saltar's mini dungeon in Clear Dwarvenite is a hollow dungeon, so my
That's
wife had a
funny.
piece in this. Huh. I wonder how annoyed they would be. Well, because it's gonna be. There's no way that that mini dungeon is in its own mold. What else would we end up casting? I wonder what else is in the mold with that mini dungeon, because there's no way it's on its own.
You know, it is on its own. I don't know what we're actually gonna do, because it was made out of resin.
The mini dungeon?
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless we've since then we've
yeah,
upgraded
what have
it
we-
and turned it to Dwarvenite, but it was.
Yeah, wait, what have we been doing with Saltar's game room?
I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe we just have a stockpile of those little guys. I don't know.
I didn't even know that. That's
Yeah, it was
some deep lore.
it was. I mean, that was back in KS4, so I don't know. Maybe we've made a Dwarvenite mold since then, but it
PS5,
was.
but-
They couldn't at the time. They're like, the only efficient way to do this is to do it as a resin thing, because the detail.
With some of the stuff that they've
Michelle made the
done-
detail so like tiny and sharp and whatever. They're like, this is. I don't think we're gonna be able to pull this off in Dwarvenite.
With some of the stuff that they pulled off in Lowtown, I think it's got to be manageable.
Yeah.
That's wild. You're saying I shouldn't go and stomp on my mini dungeon? I think it's small enough that it would be hard to break. That said, don't try.
Don't test it.
Don't try. That said,
And-
don't do it.
What was the thing you were telling people to do before? Oh, feed it to their fish. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
either.
don't put dwarvenite pieces in. Don't put dwarvenite in your fish tanks, please.
See, you know what I did here? I put I got a little irregular. I put battle boards underneath the texture mat so that I'd have magnets, because I like magnets.
One completely unrelated question. Could you stock in future the felt for under the old resin sets? I have a few pieces missing the felt from the bottom, and same with the little rubber feet for City Builder.
Oh man,
I don't know if we could stock
the rubber feet
felt.
would be easier. The felt, I mean, just like
If
a
you-
sheet of the felt.
If you reach out to customer support, they might be able to at least like figure out what the easiest way to get that felt replaced would be. Because I don't know how we could.
There's got to be sheets of it on Amazon or something.
They
Like, it's-
could probably figure out at least like a good process for getting that. Because I don't think it's something stockable, but yeah, reach out to customer support and they can probably figure something out.
all the die cut, there were all these die cut shapes and stuff is not feasible, but
You've been down the felt rabbit hole with Chuck, so you've also tried, and it's been, yeah, that's an interesting. Yeah, because I mean, we definitely wouldn't offer it as a product in the store just because
no.
it feels like it would be such an intensely small. Yeah, like it doesn't really feel like those rubber feet love to fall off. Yeah.
The rubber feet we could probably do. There's little sheets of those. The CMS sent them to us at one point.
Okay, so definitely reach out about the rubber feet.
I mean, I don't know if we can actually do it, like, but it's conceptually, like I know they exist.
I don't know why I have I have like I've just seen a face like stuck in my head. I don't know why.
Sometimes.
Or I just saw a face. What is it called?
Sometimes you just don't ask questions.
That's fair. I think the Beatles are the only thing keeping me going.
All right, so I'm trying to do a little bunker in sticking out into the swamp. So it was, maybe I should push it out further. I don't know. I got to figure out exactly where this wants to land.
I've given up on rubber feet. If they die, they die. Yeah, I think there's a reason we haven't kept doing the rubber feet. Turns out it just wasn't a very stable.
Well, what was nice about them is it did stop the stuff from sliding when it was all stacked, but they like to come off. Turns out, over time, they were fun while they lasted.
I've grown accustomed to your face. Oh no, that's My Fair Lady. That's a different thing. Is it the face of your father?
All right, so
It's so odd because so many pieces use felt, like the Doom Roller ramp. There's got to be felt somewhere. The Doom Roller ramp uses felt?
to cover the bits underneath.
We haven't had the Doom Roller in stock in so long. Like I don't know that I've ever. I mean, I have seen it in person. We have some over there. I'd rather my pieces slide around than constantly find little rubber circles everywhere. That's fair.
Why don't we put glitter on the bottom of the pieces and see if that holds them in place?
Do you think we're ever gonna actually get the glitter thing fixed?
I don't know.
Because we asked them to didn't we ask them to not use glitter anymore, and they still did.
We also asked them to pack the texture mats in tubes that are actually the length of the texture mats, and
yeah,
that didn't pin out either.
Well, it's a good thing we have that. It's a good thing we have that video about how to fix your texture mats, because yikes.
Yikes. Yeah, so that's kind of working out neat, like a little boy over there. I don't know how we're gonna do over here, but we'll get there.
I like this mat.
Yeah, me too. It gives, it gives a really nice
Makes it feel like a more alien swamp.
Yeah, it gives you this contrast against the banks to the green banks need, because the green
and purple
swamp water, green and green is like
Thanks, Doc.
It's a lot of green.
Yeah.
Turns out.
Is this some Dark Tower referencing going on? Maybe. I don't know. I've stopped functioning mentally at this point. It almost looks like a Starfield on cam. That's a good point. It's so interesting seeing the different ways that the texture mats read on camera versus in person. Yeah. Does the Wall of Force fit a Starforge door? I don't think so. It's too thick. Too thick.
You could use it in place of a Starforge door.
Yeah. That should match up with the measurements pretty well.
Of course, this is exactly in the camera where it needs to sit, but I can sort of show the so the gag I was doing here.
Well, we can make the camera taller. That's why I make the camera tall before we do this.
Sticking the using the pegs, the paired pegs, to stick a catwalk to the side of Titan's tooth, and then put a ramp so we can get a little. I guess I could stretch it there just to sort of illustrate the point. So you could have a catwalk going up here. Let's do a thing like this. We go higher. Ugh. Find the wall.
Yeah. Frida, is this this one you were talking about? That kind of burrow entrance thing? Because one of the other compatibility things we want to do is do like a Kree colony bursting into a base thing, and I assume it would use this. That's another one of the compatibility things on our list to do at some point, is making the whole the bugs have broken through. You meant the floor? Burrow dungeon floor. Dungeon of Doom burrow dungeon floor. Oh, is it just like the?
There's a floor with a hole with dirt coming out. Oh yeah,
Right.
That would fit. It spills over enough. It would fit in. Yeah. Yeah, it look neat. Boy, I did not put enough light on here tonight. All right. Yeah. Oh, you are over there. You know what I'll do? I'll just bring up the ice. Holy moly, Reggie. There you go. See, trying to do a multi-layer compatibility thing. It's fun. The catwalks into the rocks, the wildlands rocks, is really satisfying. I was gonna put these out. I gotta figure out what else. I'm trying to do like a Dagobah sort of thing. Although there were no bunkers in Dagobah, but maybe they are somewhere. What? The wrong way. You know what? Yak 666. We put we didn't want to overload that pack. If you're using the catwalk and pipelines for just pipelines, you don't need a ton of stairs and ladders. So we were there's literally a stairs pack that has stairs and ladders if you wanted more. That's why we kind of broke it out so you can just you could pick up more if you need them.
I can't find it.
That whole floor.
It's not this, right?
No. It's, I don't know. Sometimes I get frustrated. Like, I can't find some things in the archives. I'm like, I know it exists and I don't know where it's hidden.
There's a couple pieces that are just sort of odd pieces, and there's no
secret
extremely sensible. The catwalk pack needs more stairs than ladders in my mind.
I just answered that.
Okay, never mind. Paired peg and biscuit compatibility is solid. Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah.
It works a lot better with these than it did with the Lowtown prototypes, tell you that much.
Every time you say Lowtown prototypes, I like shiver a little.
That's the worst you've ever been with prototypes, just because that's when we were like, oh man, we cannot. It is such a struggle to try and test out these features with our own hand cast resin in house. It just like we were trying out so many features that just were so difficult to do in that material.
I just remember like looking up at you and you're just grimacing as I'm like trying to get a peg out of thing. You're like, it's like, oh, it was a time. It was a thing for real. I was gonna try to find another paired peg. Let's do a thing from this guy.
The point is, Frida. Yeah, we're gonna work on a Burrows, like a bug invasion thing, and we'll try to find that piece to do that, because we want to do that as a big compatibility build scene.
Yeah, it's a classic. Like you gotta have the bugs coming in. Bugs going nuts.
Did you say bugs go nuts while he was leaving? Bugs go nuts. Burroughs' biscuit set. Man, let me tell you, when we go back to Burroughs in the year of our Lord 2037, we're gonna do some very cool stuff. We just got to make Burroughs look so cool that everybody that's like, when am I ever going to use this, will like decide, you know what, I'm going to run an underground campaign. That's what I'm going to do. Kobolds only, you know? Can you biscuit ramps and prefer them over pipes for catwalks? Can you biscuits ramps for them over pipes for catwalks? Can you biscuits ramps?
Oh man.
The ramps have a integrated biscuit. Use 2 ramps floating. So the ramps they hook onto a cleat that has an integrated biscuit. So I don't think they'll actually have paired. I think the ramps don't have paired peg, and you can't really biscuit them into each other because they don't have biscuit holes. That like the connector piece is so small there that it just has an integrated biscuit on it. You could put 2 ramps. If you had like your pipe You can have them on both sides, like coming out of both sides of the pipe, potentially, and use that. And you can put a pillar underneath. There are ways to make two ramps like touch. You know, they'll bend, so you can make them straight if you want to do that.
Yeah.
There'll be ways to do that for sure. You just can't biscuit ramps back to back just because they have an integrated biscuit instead of a hole, basically.
So that they can flex.
Yes. But there are definitely workarounds to get that effect that you want.
What are they trying to accomplish?
Basically using just ramps to make the catwalks by having ramps like up straight and like suspended like this. And they're asking if you could biscuit them together. It's like
No,
you can't biscuit the ramps together, but you can.
It's gonna be a trap for your minis.
Yeah, you can biscuit them into
They're gonna
other
collapse.
things and use something to like hold them up in the middle, like
Yeah,
a
you put
pylon or something.
pylon.
Yeah, so ramp to pillar to ramp kind of feel. Yeah, there's a way to get that effect for sure. Yeah. Maybe a pylon would be too
Satisfying as that.
tall. Yeah, these prototypes are just so much more precise.
I say as
low
I
down.
just cracked this one, sticking a using it, but you know.
Well, yeah, there's some things where you got to just not force it. If it's not working, you just got to not force it.
2-8.
It's not the right material yet. It's not the final. It's not the final material.
The final material. Do I go? Could do that in a little stair.
Is this?
See what that looks like. I could biscuit that thing on. Let's see what it looks like. Man, I am. It's so satisfying. Biscuits just make. I don't know. There's something really.
It's a good system. The nice thing
tactile.
is
It's satisfying.
the biscuits are the kind of thing where if that was how you got pieces to like, if that's what you had to do with it, the smoothing video is unlisted for some reason. I think it was unlisted because it was a quicker like customer support style video as opposed to like a. Yeah, well maybe we make it public. I don't know. It wasn't unlisted. There's a couple like customer support style videos that are just unlisted as opposed to being a public thing.
You gotta be in the VIP club to get them.
Yeah. I was talking about something. I was blanking on something. I was looking at something. Speaking of swamp, cypress trees do poorly in a hot car. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of this stuff can do very poorly in a hot car.
Pipes throw me off, but I like the metal rail feel for the Underdark Fireforge feel. That's why I'm asking. Yeah, the pipes are probably the thing that will work in fantasy the best.
Oh, in an Underdark thing, you could definitely like
Underdark, anywhere with artificers, Eberron, City of Brass,
Durgar Stronghold in
yeah.
there, like Mechanus or this once again in the sewers.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of ways where you can work because you know people are using swords. You know, they have access to metal. You know,
They do.
so I think that's the stuff that definitely works the best. You can find excuses for some of the dressing pieces to also be there, for the barricades, for even some of the core pieces. But I would say the pipes and catwalks are the easiest. Like you could definitely use this in D&D, kind of thing.
Or save them, you know, don't use the rest of the accessories and save them till you do a sci-fi thing, or
Yeah.
you know, you don't have to use every single piece in every single thing you do.
A bank with tubes that go shunk. Yes.
Shunk.
Is there any way to connect pipes or catwalks to drift stones? Do any of the drift stones have paired pegs? You can. There's that topper.
Yeah.
There's that Wyverstone piece.
It's the throne. What is it called? I don't know. Yeah, there's one piece that has paired pegs that sits really nicely on top that you could use to attach to. You could also do. I mean, you can do this, right? You can just put the small stairs on the end, and just you could connect it between two.
And just lay it across.
Yeah, lay it across two drift stones. You could attach them to this. I'll get that. What the heck was that thing called?
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry. They're pins. Yeah, the driftstone side connectors are the square rods, which don't work with the biscuit holes. I don't think there are paired pegs on the driftstones themselves, but there are pieces you can put on the driftstones that are paired peg. So I think that's the best way. Crab Battle napped through more than half the stream. Still working through building out my pledge. We're posting on Pledge Helper channel for thoughts and feedback soon. Excellent. Yeah, and that's the thing. If anybody has any questions about their pledge, the Discord is a very useful resource for that. We're also happy to show you some things. You got questions about how any of the pieces work. That's going to help. Yeah, that's the piece I was thinking about. Yeah. That sits really nicely on top of the medium large The large on top of the large driftstone. Yeah, so you could easily biscuit into that, or paired peg into that. I guess I should not look directly at the mic when I'm saying paired peg.
Paired peg.
Yeah. Yeah,
you could definitely do that. Do some sort of floaty. You could also, I bet there's you could probably do something with the scaffolding platform too, or use it between the scaffolding or something. I don't know. There's some clever something you could do there.
Scaffolding still, because that also is the biscuit systems that had the same. It can connect in the same place as the pipes can. Which when we were making the scaffolding for Lowtown, we were talking even then, we were doing a metal version of this in sci-fi seems like a no-brainer. And then with it being this metal catwalk, it then evolved into we could also make it pipes, and it just the whole thing.
Yeah, it was Eli is modeling out the catwalks realized that they could he's like, wait a second, we could make these transform. He because we had pipelines was definitely on the thing that was, we had a long list of interesting things to explore, and started with catwalks was very high on the list. It started there, but pipelines was on the thing, so he's like, oh, I could also do
pipeline coming out of the spirit tree.
We could do that.
Yeah. You can do that with the Nexus. You can do that with the... Oh, yeah, look at that.
It's a boomerang.
Debating between medium interiors and exteriors bundles versus just the large bundle. What do you think? Depends. Should you get the medium... both the medium bundles or the large bundle?
Well, what are you building?
That's what it comes down to, is what are you building for?
Yeah.
Using the spreadsheet to see... I guess figuring out what pieces you want more of, and then just comparing what those would give you at the end of the day makes a lot of sense. Obviously, I think you get more pieces altogether by getting the two medium bundles. I think together they are more pieces than the large bundle.
I think you technically get a larger discount if you buy just the larger one. Has a slightly larger discount than the medium one.
Oh my god.
If you're saving $5, but I think it's better, getting the pieces that you're going to use and be excited about is the key. Or you could just get 5 pipelining catwalk mega packs.
Spirit Tree's amazing. Love that piece. Yeah, and it's coming back.
Which is a recommendation from me. I'll make this a short boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, our curve. I don't know where we're going here, but it's going to be neat. It's just because we can. Oh, it's not even on camera. Oh, yeah.
Love a full-size Spirit Tree, though it may be too large. It's a 6x6. It's definitely an eye-catching set piece.
It would cost so much to make it is they just have a thing that just goes up.
One that isn't a stump,
an actual tree.
Yeah,
That'd
be a solid. That'd be at least a foot tall.
We'd see Eli 6 months later. Okay, I finished it. CMS would say, please forget this. We'd have all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, we made Yggdrasil.
Yeah. Yes, to scale.
Yeah.
We're gonna try pipeline out here. Yeah, that's a good idea.
We made the world tree.
Some things you can just leave to theater of the mind.
Make a tree insert for the stump. Just make it in several pieces that just stack on top of each other.
Aww. I really wanted the turd cone to
Turret
fit
base
in
fit in
there.
it?
It's too big.
If it's elevated, you could have it down at the bottom, but yeah.
Yeah, but it defeats the sort of the magic of the.
And then Nate threatens to smash the resin prototype on a live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could also do that. How do the half pipes look on top of the elven ruins? Do they match the
like on the you could
do they match the profiles?
It's 1 inch wide on the top. Yeah.
All right, I'll grab a couple.
Sure. Let's see. I like this idea of the pipe coming out of here. What are they piping out of the tree? Nobody knows. But does it matter? No, because it looks cool. Is that gonna look cool? Yeah. Plundering nature for its resources. Where the heck is that gonna go? I guess I could turn this 90 degrees. Cruins. Thanks. The curves are going to be a mess, so we can try it.
I'm wondering if the curves will match the profile or not, because...
yeah.
Any updates on Underdoom crystals yet? I haven't heard any. I know they were... I think they're trying to... They got to, like, produce replacements and ship them over. I don't know. Oh, the problem was the factory. It was Lunar New Year.
Yeah,
right.
They just opened.
Right, so the factory was been down for a bit. So they're just getting back up.
Yeah, that curve does not... Because this is, like, a very hard 90...
Yeah.
Versus, so it can get around the corner. So the reason...
It ends up in the same place, at least.
Yeah. The reason I did this was so that you could go around... you could go around the outside of the core pieces with these, but it doesn't match with this graceful, delicate elven angle.
Mm-hmm.
But the tops line up. You could do... you definitely do a neat little... If you wanted. If you were so inclined. A steep incline. Did we roll the giveaway? Yeah, we did.
We did, yes.
I'm thinking out loud.
We did, and the winner has been recorded and added to the sheet of stuff to do. Let's see. It's not a pipe going into the tree, it's a periscope coming out of the tree.
It's very Scooby-Doo. Yeah, let's figure out where that goes. I don't know.
Let's see.
I was trying... Oh, yeah, it was over here. I was trying to figure out... What's this gonna go to? What would be fun? So I want to put a little something. What's a swampy, elevated piece of riffraff that I could feed this to?
That's on the higher thing, right? So it wouldn't go into the crescent rock? Or...
No, crescent rock's too low. It could go to the bigger...
You already have a Titan's Tooth on the field.
It could go to this guy. Where's the other?
Ooh, we could go... Ooh.
What if I got an idea?
We're going to go all sci-fi. Forget Wildlands. Let's go back. Let's make a little sniper's nest with the bunker, the barricades. Barricados.
They're drilling again?
So, guess what's happening at 8:45, 41 at night? Anybody want to guess?
2 nights in a row?
Anyone want to guess? That sounded like a laughing chihuahua or something.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was not. That was
They're
demonic.
going again?
Oh no! It's like a cut. It's like a saw.
Yeah, what is happening? Those noises constantly.
Don't know. It's really. It was something.
Raised bunker on the corner fill pieces. Turbine. You could have the pipe run to it from the spirit tree. Yeah, we could use the turbine.
Turbine to the tree.
We don't hear it. I know you don't hear it, but it's
Yeah, but
the
it is.
wildest thing. Like it's definitely quieter than the stuff last night was, but like
It is alien. It is weird.
yeah.
This is not normal.
It's honestly alarming. You could hear things last night. Yeah, last night was louder.
What is it? It's so funny.
It sounds like
It's so good.
it sounds like a dog in an extremely echoey room. That's wild. Thanks, Azed. Enjoy dinner. Everybody's eating.
It turns out it's important.
That noise.
Even that caterwauling chihuahua needs to eat.
Yeah. That's probably why it's upset.
Yeah, it's really hungry. Hasn't
Oh,
eaten in
God.
days. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this thing. I'll come back to this. But I was trying to make a little Slammy Dance coming off thing. It doesn't look as cool as it wants to in my brain.
Is Starforge
Yeah.
really going to ship in January right before Lunar New Year's? Would love it if it happens. Tyler's feeling pretty confident about it.
Wait, did we say January? I thought we said. I thought we said April. We
April
really-
was Wildlands Reforged.
Yeah, but we really think we're gonna ship this in January next year? Ooh,
That's what he was
that
saying.
change. Huh?
That's what he was saying. Because of the... Yeah, he's looking at the... I'm blanking.
I thought we updated the page to say shipping in March or April when we there
I
was a discussion. It's,
feel like I've only heard...
oh,
I feel like
man.
I've only heard January.
All right. Well, January it is.
That's what I thought. Well, because the whole... Yeah.
Does it
Tyler's
really
feeling
say
confident
January on
about
the
it.
page? Wait.
I've seen him, like, answer it in detail, too.
All right.
He's looking at, like, the rate that, like, mold production has gone, like, since we've got stuff figured
Yeah.
out. It's like, you know, we worked out, like, we like, developed, like, a new workflow during Lowtown, basically. And we've had, like, hiccups with implementing that workflow, but then, like, once it's working, it's like...
Once the workflow works, it
Yeah.
works. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. How does the neutron antenna fit on top of the step stump crag?
With like on a like by itself, there's no pull hole.
Is there no pole accessory in the... No, I guess not.
No.
You could put it in a little hummock pretty
We
easily.
could put it on the in the stump hole.
Tree hole, stump hole.
It doesn't. You can't see it. We have to zoom in.
Yeah.
I mean, you could put it up on this, but the legs of the cone are too big. Oh, we could put it on an energy unit. Where's the energy unit? Tell you what, the little energy unit is kind of an MVP. This guy goes everywhere.
It Oh,
Oh, geez.
oh, jeez. Oh my God, that noise!
It's so funny. It's like our own little secret thing that we can only hear.
I'm losing my mind.
It is bizarre, to be honest. It's really
That noise is...
they're sawing a dog in half at 8:45 at night. Well, you know,
It's better than babies. Is it? Where the heck are the half-inch? There's a strange. There's
Drill Bits in Panic. That's a great... It's a great album name. Or a playlist that's just Panic at the Disco and drill.
See if that works.
Yeah.
Try
Which
and
would be a
do-
wild mix. If somebody's if like the two tastes in music somebody has is they're really into drill, and specifically Panic at the Disco. I want to meet that person. Actually, I probably don't. Actually,
No.
no.
Can I get the drill scope?
I don't think I'd want to. I think anybody where like that was like the two kinds of music they liked.
Is drill really a kind of music?
It's a rap subgenre.
Huh. What
Yeah.
what are the qualities of drill?
It's kind of very aggressive. It kind of came out of Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it
Drill
is it,
tweets right over some. Yeah, drill tweets over some 808s is actually very good. I'd like that a lot.
is it electronic based?
I mean, it's kind of like generally probably drum machine stuff. It's generally
It's like
made.
hip hop aggressive.
It's generally like made in the thing where it's like I made this like with Ableton or freely like I like make
Yep.
you made this on your computer, like because it's a lot of kind of do it yourself like rappers that kind of pioneered it, you know.
There was it like agrotech was a
It definitely doesn't sound like techno. I will say that.
yeah.
It definitely doesn't sound like techno.
That was another Chicago thing. That's sort of a aggressive electronic thing. Well, this is gonna work.
Sounds like Hamster and Tyler are playing Helldivers 2 right now. Out there killing some bugs.
Yeah.
I didn't know if Tyler was still here or not. He's been working on the.
Oh, he's working on Nemesis.
He's working on the Nemesis board. Yeah.
Turns out challenge.
Yeah.
Nemesis turning a little piece of cardboard into a three-dimensional thing maybe harder than it initially looked.
Just figuring out like also because he's also trying to do it with like sticking to using a large bundle specifically, so it actually has like composition to it.
That's classic Tyler. Do it right. All right, let's see where we got 15 minutes. What should we do? What's something fun? We got 10 minutes left. What should we?
Could you use the pilings to hold the pipes out of the water?
You could.
Just to blend the two biomes.
Yes.
I think we don't have a ton of actual finished piling test shots to use, but theoretically, yes.
Do we even have any painted ones? Okay, let me see what we got. Let's see. It's gonna be really nice to have real biscuits like baked onto this thing. Ooh.
Yeah.
Real.
Hardcore new wave. But when he asks about drill, I'm just like, yeah, it's a lot like jazz, Discover some of the drill songs. I don't know the drills. I'm not surprised that Drum Slam seems to have deep knowledge of music. I don't know drill. I don't know the drills. I just don't think I do. I wonder if I've heard something of theirs and just didn't like put a name to it.
Well,
Bill X and the drills. Didn't realize the Will It Blend YouTube went into DF terrain. Nate's probably put some terrain in the blender to see what would happen before. I'm not gonna lie. Folks, I'm tired. It's been a month. How are y'all doing? How are y'all holding up?
things there.
It feels like people haven't been as confused about the pieces at all this time around, which is nice. I mean, a lot of that is probably just it being like a smaller offering. Gets the force field glitter off like a champ. Yeah, I got rid of the glitter on my walls of force by destroying the walls of force. If you just don't get them. If you just don't have walls of force, then nothing would really happen. You would just end up getting glitter on whatever you put in that blender for the rest of the time, basically. Dude, the glitter saga around the wall of force is so wild to me. Once asked for cave music, we got rave music instead. The energy of the session changed at that point. Lots of bioluminescent mushrooms. Oh, did you actually like roll with it and just completely change what was going on in the game?
All right, I got some
Mm-hmm.
plans. I got a couple old prototypes. I found just when I'd given up hope, I found them.
Oh, nice. All right, let me pan over.
These are not painted, but
They're not painted. They got the tag on them for
yeah, show what it
Being
keeps a
test shots?
few. Yeah.
easier to understand Starforge because you already understand how amazing the biscuit system is. It really is just kind of building off of the stuff we did in Lowtown. There's still, more to get to it. I think the 360 nature of it is new.
Yes, that totally works.
Are there more YouTube videos going up? Like see some barricade compatibility like this? We'll probably I doubt we're gonna develop some more content, I'm sure. We managed to get everything that we shot before the campaign up by launch though.
The making of.
All right, the documentary. Yes, the documentary is still coming. But yeah. Do the pull accessory holes fit in the biscuits even loosely? So 4 energy units as wheels on a pipe rover. What's the pull accessory hole compared to
what?
paired peg size?
They're the same size.
They're the same size, so you
Yeah.
could like pull accessory pegs into the biscuit hole.
Yeah.
In
Probably
theory.
won't roll smoothly, and these also don't roll super smoothly because they have
Right, they got the
legs
bumps
on
on
the
it.
sides. But
Might work for diorama.
yeah, you could just you don't need to actually function. You could definitely put it sideways, like a little vehicle.
But yeah, regarding YouTube content, I think we definitely want to do getting some compatibility video stuff up would be nice. We got to look at like what we've got availability wise and just time in the shooting schedule. Because we got to
Well, we have Adepticon in the middle of all this, which is really
we got to go to Adepticon, which
thing.
is a lot. Both personnel and piece wise, that's a strain. But yeah,
the pieces are really the big yeah.
yeah.
We're splitting the party.
Yeah.
If only someone had warned us against splitting the party. It's a thing.
Sure, it's a shame that conventional knowledge is to always split the party.
Right? Somebody should update that.
Everybody keeps telling me that. They're moon tracks.
Moon tracks, yeah, if you're getting over all the moon rocks in space. Yeah.
Moon rocks? Sure hope it does.
Wow. Oh yeah, we can totally do something with the
Something with the turbine.
Yeah, we can do
I think the main thing is just if you can get it up to... Oh, is it at the right height?
This is, I think, is dangerously close or annoyingly off. I could also do a sideways.
We could potentially...
Yeah, it's like an 1/8 inch off or something. I don't know.
We could put some sort of little raised area there to pop him up.
Yeah, go if this comes. Well, if this comes up, because it's also trying to go through this weird gap. I don't know. If this thing comes up, like they could both go up, and then we just basically just need to get this to this needs to go up 1 floor height, and then we'll match the height on this, and then where it ends, where it terminates doesn't really matter on this. It's going into death and darkness. So it should
1 floor height, so you need to move 1/2 inch?
Well, legacy floor height. Or
If you connect the terminus... If you do that to the 2 terminus short ways, is that going to be too much? That's probably too much. That's too much. Never mind.
That's 1 inch.
Yeah.
No, I'll just put on get a little rock or
Put a blast door under it.
Yeah, some banks or something.
Yeah.
A little something.
A little night music.
Oh, these are 90 degrees.
All right.
It's
Well,
pretty close though.
That's cool. We might be able to just get away with it.
Yeah, but it's a neat little gag. Doing something. Put some. This is kind of crooked, but
Does it fit on a
we'll
Does it fit on a flat teardrop? potentially.
Yeah,
the
flat
teardrop
teardrop. Well, it's gonna be a little bit. Yeah, something like that might be just the ticket.
one.
So that could be our final. We gotta get. It's 8 o'clock. Get it out of
Yeah,
here.
we gotta get out of here. It's
It's the day.
feeling it.
Another
feeling
day.
it. I guess the other option would be to just make the pipe go up another inch or two, and then just have it be a taller arc, which seems less pretty though. Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Look at that. Actually works better than I thought.
Yeah. We just need to get a little base for this thing, and we're off to the space race.
We're off to the spaces. Yeah, I guess that teardrop like actually covers more ground than I thought it did.
Turns out our audience is smart, clever, and good looking.
Yeah,
Got
it's
the
true.
whole
I've seen him at conventions.
Facts. Hopefully, we'll see some of you at Adepticon too. Literally next week. This time next week, we're going to be in Chicago.
Yes.
We'll
All right.
just finish setting up our booth.
Yeah.
We'll be really excited. We'll be like 6 deep dish pizzas in.
Yeah.
Excited. So tomorrow night, next stream is Hobby Hang, 6 p.m. What's Hamster painting tomorrow?
We printed out a number of things. I know he's got some tricky stuff for it. I think he was literally gonna try I think at some point he was gonna try like doing the stone barricade thing. I think. I'm not sure though, but they printed out
turning the barricades into a
they printed out
thing.
they printed out a number of pieces for him to play around with.
We have some core pieces too, so we can do some alt schemes.
Yep. So if you got questions about the scheme or want to see him try some stuff, show up to that Hobby Hang tomorrow, and yeah, he's gonna be doing Starforge stuff.
And then on Friday, it's Nemesis live play, right?
Yeah.
With the Nemesis board game.
Yeah, Friday, God willing, you're gonna see Nemesis played fully on Starforged.
By Polyhedra, the god of dice, will bless us.
Yes.
Who's gonna be playing? What's the lineup?
As yet undetermined.
All right, we love undetermined star employee of Dwarven Forge.
Yeah.
And then next week we got another full slate of stuff coming
Yes.
up. We'll put the schedule up on the page. What's the highlight next week? Tuesday Build Jam? Did I make that
I
up?
think Tuesday's the Bill Jam. Yeah.
Woo.
And then I think
Not to be missed.
they're playing Stargrave on Friday next week.
Nice.
Yeah, and a Sculptor stream on Thursday next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
Basically, we're trying to arrange
all
it
the
so that
hits.
we can just do the stuff that we can do without the people who are going to be at Adepticon.
a good plan.
Yeah.
Do the things with the pink things that are here.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
And also, it's not our problem because we had Adepticon.
Yes.
So we got that. Well, thanks for everybody that's backing the campaign. Thanks to everybody who is hanging out with us, watching so many good ideas tonight. Space Cantina, hadn't even thought of it at all. And
That'd be a really
already
fun thing
cool.
to get some shots of
Yeah.
for sure.
And we got a little resin compatibility, lots of good stuff.
Yeah.
Exciting.
All right.
It was a fun stream. We'll see you.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see you somewhere. The internet. Here
See you
again.
in the stars.
Ooh.
I stole that from
Sign
Brennan Lee
off.
Mulligan. All right, let's get out of here. Get out of here, everybody.